Yes, guys, welcome back to Hot Kopics, Monday morning, 10 a.m. And it's live with myself and Doyle from the Kop TV studio. How are you, mate?
Grand, absolutely. We've got 3 points. I got
3
that.
points.
You know that feeling after the weekend when your team wins and you're like, the rest of the week, nothing can faze me.
It's all irrelevant to me.
Yeah, it's all great. Yeah, fantastic.
I mean, you were at the game.
Yeah, we were.
We were at the game, man. We've actually been to the last 2 games together.
I know, really
which
nice.
Is great.
Really nice.
Absolutely love it.
How are you, lad?
I'm good. A bit tired.
You walked in all dishevelled this morning, lad. I was giving my hug and go, you okay, mate?
Because the wind is in my hair and
Windy.
whatnot. But yeah, it's good to be back, man. It's good to be back.
Are we live right now, by the way?
Of course we are.
Live.
Of course we bloody are.
Yeah,
So
okay.
get your live chats in, get your super chats in if you want to ask us any questions. Let us know what you thought of the game, and we're going to dive into the game. Look at what else happened in the Premier League this weekend.
A lot.
And then I guess look a little bit forward to Newcastle, which is in a week today. And I'm going to that game as well. Pray for AGT. By the way, we've just hit 60k. So we'll have a little clap. We'll have a clap. Of course, we'll have a clap.
Little Jaeger one.
Listen, that's you know, it's a good sign.
Yeah, we're happy with that, lad.
Growing, it's great. So it's these little milestones that you tick off, and you just keep your nut down and get to 70, get
slowly
to 80,
but
get to 90,
surely,
get to
lads.
100.
Yeah.
And then I can finally open that bottle that you bought me for.
Oh yeah, we got him a bottle.
When did you buy me that? Was it my birthday?
Ago. Yeah, ages ago.
30th?
Yeah, and we bought him a
31
bottle. We need to do better.
Yeah.
We bought him a bottle on his 30th birthday that said he can't open it until 100k, mate.
Yeah.
That's when we get to drink it together.
And do you know how easy it would have been for me to just open
Yeah,
it?
you can just slip the box open. Dead
Literally.
easily.
But Tegan's like, can I see it? I'm like, no.
No.
You're not.
Yeah.
If I'm not allowed, you're not allowed.
Coveted that.
But we
lad.
will get there. We will get there. So
Yeah.
make sure you subscribe. So I can actually open it live on the stream as well.
Yeah, that
But
would
let's
be
get there first.
Actually, do that.
Yeah,
I want you
we'll
to do
get
that
there first.
And
We'll
just
get
another
there
one that I've got a cigar that cost me about 30 to 40 quid. One single cigar. Yeah, bought it for a posh little smoke afterwards, thinking that we were going to win the Champions League against Real Madrid that time. And I've still got it, hoping that we'll win the Champions League sometime soon. Yeah,
we'll
don't
win
even
it.
smoke cigars, but I just wanted one just to have a laugh with it. Oh,
Yeah.
right, let's go. Come on,
Anyway,
let's do the
we'll
show.
get to that bit. But right, the opening weekend is almost wrapped up. Leeds play Everton tonight as in the last fixture. And so is the first round of Final One Standing by William Hill. Football's ultimate free-to-play eliminator game. So are you still in? Because I am, right? I am still in because I backed Tottenham to win, which not many people do in life, but they did not let me down. I go through to the next round. So if the team that you picked won, you're safe, right? You live to fight another week for winning that £500,000. But don't get too comfy, Doyle.
Nope.
This is when the strategy, right? Yeah, moving the bits around. This is when it all kicks in, right? Because you can't just go with the big teams every week. You can make your next pick as early as tomorrow after the game tonight. And if you got knocked out, no stress. It's all good. You're not out for good, right? So you've got another chance to sign up.
I didn't sign up like a muppet. Like a muppet.
Yeah, a brand new game launches every Premier League week with new jackpots to play for. This week it's 50k.
Yeah.
So
That's not bad.
you know,
actually.
still very nice, isn't it? And if you forgot to enter last week, the new game is already live. So please join it. Someone is guaranteed to win every single time. And if they're the final one standing, right? And while you're at it, you can also set up private leagues on the William Hill app as well with your mates at the same time, because nothing stings more than getting KO'd and hearing all about it in the group chat.
Yeah, no, it doesn't. It's very.
You don't want to be that guy in the group chat getting that hold that.
Yeah.
Your phone just buzzes
Your
off
football
and you think,
knowledge
what have
is
I done?
awful. You
Yeah.
don't know
That's
about
one
football.
of the worst insults I think someone
It
could
is.
say,
It's
like,
painful,
about your
innit?
football knowledge. So to enter, download the William Hill app. We've got the QR code on the screen. We've got the link below, so you can play along. It's 18 plus. It's UK and Ireland only, of course. And you must be gamble aware. You must gamble responsibly, and full terms and conditions apply. All in the link below. Right, because Liverpool were on Friday night, we have to speak about that. The game kicks off. I mean, it was. Do you know what? I have to say this, right? Friday night, 8 o'clock kickoff. I don't mind it.
Yeah, so neither do I. I love 8
Because
o'clock
we were in the
kickoffs.
pub from, what, 5 o'clock, half 5?
Yeah, I had a little 2 pints.
We had a little 2 pints.
Yeah.
Got involved a little bit, didn't we?
Yeah.
Lost my voice by the end of the game, which, you know, I think didn't necessarily help with the job that I do. But I didn't think about that when I was screaming
course you
Federico
don't.
Chiesa's name at the top of my lungs.
When it's the
Hugo
89th minute
Ekitike.
in the game,
Yeah.
you know what I mean?
But are you a fan? Let us know, because I think I really liked it. You know, people finishing work 5 o'clock, straight in the boozer, straight down the ground. then you can have a little night out afterwards.
The best games for me are the 8 o'clocks or the 5:30s. The 5:30 on a Saturday is
Yeah, that's a
excellent
nice
because
one.
you get to go and have a little day before you go and watch the match, and you make a whole occasion of it. That's why we watch football, right? So I can go and chill with Gilly and I can go and chill with my mates and watch the game. That's the point of it. It's not just about the 11 lads that are kicking the football. It's about just the little environment, social environment that you create for yourself. Right? Yeah, that's why you like the 8 o'clocks, because on a Friday in particular, a lot of people are working, aren't they? So they finish work at like 5, 6 or something if they have a traditional office job or something. And then they go and watch the game afterwards. They have a little scoop dead quick before the game. Love it. I think they're brilliant occasions.
I'm a fan.
Yeah?
I really am a fan of them Friday
So
8
am I.
o'clock kickoffs under the lights at Anfield.
Got the weekend ahead of you, so you're off the next day. You can watch the rest of the Saturday hungover. Fantastic,
Yeah,
mate.
not having a worry in the world because
Yeah.
your team's already done the business. But
That's
as we know,
that's the thing, by the way. Only if you win, then they're
and then
excellent.
it's otherwise
If
the
you
whole day is
lose-
in vain.
Yeah, because then you're watching every other game, just hoping that someone else messes up with you, lad.
Yeah, not
Yeah.
as good, that bit. Right, let's get our serious heads on for a minute because the tribute to Diogo. I mean, everyone's seen the fan cam, right? But I gave you the mosaic. I was part of the green bit, so I was holding up the green bit. And you know, we're not scared to talk about our emotions on this channel. I was crying.
Yeah.
Tears was rolling down my face. I got a little tap on the shoulder. Someone could obviously see how upset I was and give me a little nudge to say, "You're right." I mean, where I was sitting, the massive Diogo kind of flag that 2 lads were holding up was literally, I could touch it. It was that close. And I think holding the green up, whilst looking at that flag, whilst singing "You'll Never Walk Alone" in the first home Premier League game without him, like we've all, I don't think we'll ever get used to him not being here, but we've all kind of, I want to be careful with what word I use, because have we even accepted this?
No, we can't accept
We
it.
haven't accepted it.
We're
but
all
we know
sticking
that
together.
He's not here anymore, and I think that was the first time that maybe my body felt it in that way before. Because I'm singing "You Never Walk Alone," which is a massively emotional song anyway. I'm looking across at the Bournemouth fans who have made their own banner.
Brilliant, honestly. We got to
For
thank them,
Diogo.
by the way, because they done the
It's
moments
first
as well
class.
immaculately. They didn't
It's
make a
absolutely
word, not a
first class
sound.
from Bournemouth.
So grateful for that, to be quite honest with you. We got our moments for him.
Yeah.
We actually did. It was really
Which
special.
was ruined at Wembley, but we got our moment. And fair play to every single other Premier League team and teams around the world. But you know, it was observed impeccably at Old
It
Trafford
was.
yesterday.
It was.
And there is obviously a huge rivalry between Liverpool and Man United, but in times of
Goes up
need
window.
and support, they're actually 2 clubs that have a lot of deep respect for each other. It wasn't observed good at Nottingham Forest. I don't know if you saw that video, but going back to ours, I mean, like I said, holding that mosaic up, and when you're in the Kop, you don't see it. So I've seen the pictures and it looked incredible. So massive shout out to the club for putting the mosaic on. We also honoured Andre Silva in the
The
Kenny
other side,
stand.
yeah, I've seen that.
So I think just that overall emotion of holding the mosaic up for a player of ours that isn't here anymore, seeing his flag, looking straight into his face, plus singing "You'll Never Walk Alone," plus the away fans showing that much class, it all just kind of came over to me, and yeah, tears rolling down
It's
my face,
overwhelming, wasn't
as were a lot of fans around me.
I had P-Mac next to me, who's my dearest friend. I love him deeply, and it's really special to go and watch the game with him, particularly this one, because of the emotion around it. And I basically, lad, what I did was, P-Mac was standing up nice and strong and tall, lad, and I just hung off him like I was his boyfriend or something, to be quite honest with you, lad. I was just had a little tear in my eye, and so did he. And we both just sat there, and I think we were just looking off at the signs and just appreciating what he's done for us, and just feeling the tragedy really around what's happened. It's just truly heartbreaking. It really was.
Yeah,
But the crowd, I love my team.
I love my club.
It makes me emotional now when I think about the team, like, you know, like the fans, like sort of the noise that was coming from the stadium. It was beautiful. It was special.
genuinely- I've been going to Anfield and watching games since 2004. It goes straight into top 7 or 8
It was
ever
that loud, wasn't it?
atmospheres I've ever experienced at Anfield.
It was radiating. That's what you could feel, the emotion from every
And
single
Wolves
fan.
as well.
Yeah, I know.
Wolverhampton Wanderers.
Beautiful
What a football
tifo
club.
for them as well,
What a football
with the
club.
fields of gold. It was
Oh,
beautiful.
and that song for me, you know, I love Sting as well.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
Sting's one of my favourites. So apparently that was his favourite song.
Really?
Diogo's song. That's why they sung it. You
Wow.
remember me. Honestly, it's like an emotional song for me. That one as well. It's one of my favourite songs ever. So massive, massive love and respect to Wolverhampton Wanderers. So the game kicks off. You know, incredible atmosphere. the first kind of thing I remember about the game was that we should have had a handball
Immediately.
on the halfway line. And I made a little joke because I was at this amazing event set up by the Premier League, big up to them, in Liverpool on Wednesday in the Titanic Hotel. And it was like a kick-off event to launch the Premier League in the home of the champions. So there was like, I was there with like Aldo, Tomo was there, Rushy was there.
Yeah, Rushy, sorry.
My mate, I literally had one, it's amazing. I
Who
had
is
like
he?
a
Was there,
half an
wasn't he?
hour chat with Ian Rush, not on camera. Just me, him and his agent Sard, big up Sard.
Yeah, he's a legend, him.
And honestly, he's actually a very shy person, Ian Rush. But once you kind of get the little stories out of him, because there was this Jan Molby famous story that involved a bag of ice that Jan Molby tells that I've heard him say. And I said to Rush, I was like, is that Jan Molby's story true? And he went, is it?
Yeah, no, it's not.
So it was just great to, and he told me a great story about Diego Maradona. When Rushy moved to Juventus in 80, let me think now. I think it was 88.
Don't actually know.
It might be 84. It might be 88. Anyway, Maradona was at Napoli at the time. And the idea was to get Maradona and Rush to be up front together for Napoli. And then Maradona said, no, he's a goal scorer. I'm the goal scorer. Like, send him to Juventus. So he goes to Juventus. Rushy plays against him. And he told me the story. He's like, he's the best player I've ever stepped on a football pitch with. And then before Diego died, Maradona died, they linked up, they spoke, and Maradona said to him, like, if me and you linked up, it would have been the best strike partnership of all time. So they had this little, friendship going on, which I thought was great.
That's good.
So yeah, Rush was great. So at this event, getting back to my point, VAR were there. When I say VAR, I'm talking Howard Webb. I had actually a very funny chat with Chris Foy, remember the ref? Who's a blue.
Yeah.
So I looked at him and went, I remember him from the Prem, but did you ever make any howlers against Liverpool? And he went, I wouldn't have. And I went, why? And he's like, so I support Everton. I was never allowed to ref them. And then he was like, oh, what pubs you go to for a Guinness? Like, I was like, hang on, am I getting on with a ref here?
Yeah,
You
what's
know me,
going on,
like,
buddy?
I'll always get onto the refs. Howard Webb was there.
Yeah.
And there was this VAR set up, and it was very much, come and take a peek behind the curtains of how VAR is running and how, Howard Webb fronts it up and he'll defend every decision. And I was like, oh, this is quite a PR-friendly thing. I did go over and make a joke. I said, get the Luis Diaz goal against Spurs up and we'll run through that VAR decision. They're like, oh, we can't do that. We've been told not to. And I get there was a bit of a banter thing going on. But then this thing happened, right? And I'm thinking, what, 10 minutes into the season, we've seen a VAR disaster class already.
It was perfect. Honestly, I was laughing my head off.
I should have just, looking back now, I should have slapped Howard Webb's baldy head and said, you're going to mess up tomorrow night. And
we don't condone violence on this channel.
Of course not.
Hey, but nah, it was perfect for me. I can't lie, it really annoyed me. It did. But I was like, how long did it take for the first howler of the season on the first game in the first 30 minutes? It was like in the first 20 or something, 20. Lad. It's the most blatant handball I've ever seen. Like, I don't know what else you want him to do. I seen a video, yeah. Odegaard played basketball the other week, or the other year in Anfield, yeah. And then he played volleyball, mate, knocking it off. It's one of them. I don't know how they've got that wrong. So the first instance, right, you watch it. See it bounce off his knee and then it hits that part of his arm and you're like, oh no, yeah, maybe that's fair. But then you watch a second later him literally swing, and although it only hits his fingertips, it definitely changes the direction of the ball.
In.
Yeah.
It's on the halfway
line. It
line.
completely denies a goal scoring
and
opportunity.
it's a red card.
And also, like, I remember
how is that?
Saliba getting sent off last year, not for a handball, but for something similar around that area where he touched somebody and he went down. Like, the refereeing, I don't expect it to be great, and it told me on the first game, don't, because this is what you're going to get for the rest of the season. I think there was other bad decisions in other games as well this season already, so it is what it is.
Well, United should have had a pen yesterday against Arsenal.
Yeah, I've seen that. And also, I don't know if you've seen
it,
Saliba was budging into the keeper as well yesterday for their goal, so like,
that is a free kick.
Yeah. That one's questionable as well. Like, I don't even know how they ruled that off. I seen that they pushed him out of the way with Mark Gay, so that was a problem. But actually, then he said that he was 6 meters away or something instead of 10.
He was closer than 1 meter away from the wall. So he's an attacking player in the situation, even though he's a defender. He's like got a chance. His team are in the attack. They've got a free kick to score a goal. So as an attacking player in the wall, you cannot be closer than 1 meter away.
I didn't know that.
From the end of the wall, because then you're destructing.
I
players.
swear
I didn't even know it was a rule.
I
Like, until it actually happened, I was like,
swear I've seen this in my life though, where people score from this and they ruffle and tuffle in the
and they'll
wall,
block
like.
a run and the ball will go that way. Yeah, I've seen it before. But anyway, VAR disaster class once again. So well done, Howard Webb and your gang of Muppets.
You didn't stop us though, so
yeah, hold that.
Yeah.
And then so it's 0-0, and then an incident happens which we have to speak about.
Yeah, let's just talk about it now, lad.
Which was strange because in the Kop end, I was thinking, is this a water break? Because it was around the time when the water breaks come on, like mid 20 minutes.
Yeah.
And then as the ref goes over to the managers, you kind of in the Kop, people are on their phones, they're getting texts from people watching it back home. Obviously, again, it's important to remember we're not in. We're not at home watching it on
so we
telly.
have no idea what's actually
Anfield's
happening.
not a very. There's no big screens that are telling you
and
what's going on.
And then the announcer's not saying what it is.
Yeah.
I heard what it said was
guess.
alert Anfield exercise. That's what it said in the stadium, and that could mean literally anything to us. We don't know what that actually means.
Yeah. And then we obviously after the game we found out what had happened. Now, it's very important to say straight away that Liverpool fan should never be allowed back in the stadium. Now that we know what it is, should never be. I mean, Antoine Semenyo, hold your head up high.
I'm so angry.
He's been racially abused and then he's dunked on that person.
Yeah, more fool you, Davey, you absolute muppet. Supercharged him to go on and score 2 fantastic goals against them because you're an idiot.
But there's a very fair point that Antoine Semenyo could have just said, well, I'm not playing.
It's not fair, lad. Men, so, unfortunately, black men, when they get racially abused, lad, the focus is on how they react to how they're being abused.
Instead of what's actually happened to them.
And honestly, I can't give any more props to Semenyo for carrying on the way he did and using it as fuel to absolutely boss that game because he was exceptional. But also, I think that we've just got to say sorry to people that are watching. For me as a Scouser, it personally... It feels like an insult to me because the way I view my city is that it's completely anti-racist. Like, I've seen these marchers come up to Liverpool and get booted out straight away because that's not what we stand for. We don't even call ourselves bloody English. We don't align with that rhetoric. But you've still got to understand that this happened and we have to apologise for it and just hold our heads up, right, basically, and say, we're sorry with that. And I hope it doesn't change the perspective and reputation of Liverpool Football Club because...
And the city.
It's damaging. It's so damaging to our reputation. Like, I'm so angry with that person. Scousers do not do that. They really don't. So I'm really sorry that that's happened. And, if your perspectives change to Liverpool, I can understand. I totally get it. And I'm really sorry that Semenyo had to go through that in our city. It's terrible. I never, ever, ever want that to be associated with Liverpool. Don't have to be associated with football or anything, but we were not naive to the world and it's everywhere in every single city. And I feel such shame that it's happened in our stadium because it's not something that I view my city as. So now I have to look at it in a different way and be a bit objective. And it's just, I'm sorry. I'm sorry that happened in my stadium, in our city with our people, lad. Because I can tell you now, the city of Liverpool, it doesn't feel like that in my heart, but we've got to hold our hands up and just say sorry, lad.
Of course.
It's not us, obviously, but I can't, I'm so insulted. Like, I know it's not even, it's just, how dare you make our people look like that? How dare you do that to us, lad? How dare you do that to him and make him feel like that in our city? I cannot believe it, lad. I'm furious about it, to be quite honest with you. Furious. I'm so sorry, Semenyo, lad. So sorry to anyone that's had to come to our city and deal with any of that stuff. Should never happen. Never. Not in football, not in anything.
Well said. And I think the reason you feel like that about the city of Liverpool is, obviously my mum's from there, my family's from there, and I can vouch for it as well. The city is literally built on immigrants.
Yeah.
All the people that have done incredible things in this city, in terms of building it up. And listen, there's a lot of stereotypes about the city of Liverpool, but one of them that cannot, in my eyes, be true is to link the word racism and the city of Liverpool.
I hate it.
Listen, racism happens all over the place and all over
we're not
the
naive.
world. We're not naive to that, right? We've got black partners ourselves. We're definitely not naive to that. But I just think the other dangerous aspect is now saying, well, told you all Liverpool is racist. That's like anti-help here in what we're trying to combat and kick out of the game. And like you say, it's embarrassing, it's shameful for Liverpool fans to see that happen in our stadium. And the person that did it,
Get out. Never
Just
come back to our club.
can never come back.
You don't deserve to.
Can never come
Sorry,
back.
you don't.
Can never
You can
come
never
back,
do
no.
that with our club.
I mean,
like we said, we're not naive to it. It's everywhere. It's all over the country. It's all over the world, mate. We're fully aware of this, and it's just shocking, I guess, for our own perspective of Liverpool to see this. And it hurts me, my heart, lad, and my soul, because I never want to see Liverpool in this light. But unfortunately, that's what you've done. You absolute idiot. Never come back to our club. You don't deserve to be back ever.
yeah, and he's he's been dealt with by the police. He's been arrested, and how stupid must he feel now?
Idiot.
Like, how stupid must
You've
he
let a
feel
whole city down. You've nearly harmed a man's game and his mental. Like, I can't give enough props to Semenyo for how he's dealt with that. You calm, collected man. Well
Head
done,
high, brother.
Well done, lad.
That's high. So listen, that happens, and then very shortly after that, Ekitike scores. That's 2 goals and 2 assists now in
He's
2
fantastic
games for Liverpool.
He's
In terms of like starting, I mean, we know Darwin Núñez scores, a hatful of pre-season goals in 2022. We know he scored in the Community Shield
in
against
his
Man
first
City.
game.
He scored against Fulham in the first game, so we don't want to get too carried away. But the Hugo Ekitike song was ringing round Anfield. And actually, the goal itself wasn't the prettiest goal, but it shows you that he's determined to kind of pushing the defenders that he's playing against into making mistakes. It's a bit of an unkind bounce. It lands perfectly for him, but the keeper's... I mean, Petrovic didn't have a good game, right? But he's already on the floor, and Ekitike
he just gave him the
slides it
space
past him. The knee slide, he obviously dedicates his goal to Diogo. I mean, he has slotted right in,
Pardon
pardon the pun, perfectly. And can I say I love him already?
Yeah, you can.
Yeah.
I love him. He's great.
It was a masterclass.
It's one of them players
Brilliant.
that you get in and all the focus has been on Alexander Isak, and he's going to come in and be the best player in our team and all that. And Hugo has taken that personally and went, no, actually, I'm a fantastic footballer. Watch this. And we're seeing somebody I think that's going to be very exciting for Liverpool in the years to come, mate. I really am excited by him. I think he's super dynamic. He's got the dog in him. I said it in the interview that we did. He just seems like he can really get down with this Liverpool team. He understands. I don't know if you've seen the clip of him. We lost the ball in their box, and he ran from our box, from their box to our box, bodied somebody, and then we won the ball back. And I was just like, you are a Scouser, lad. You are now a Scouser, brother. That's all we ask for the players, really, is to run. That's why we love Darwin, right?
Hugo Ekitike,
It was everywhere, by the way. It was sick. The atmosphere in that stadium was sick. And you might say it was a lucky goal, but I think you make your own luck, mate. And what he did, I watched Wayne Rooney and analyse it, and it was spot on. Obviously, Wayne Rooney. He drops deep. He kept dropping deep. But then he has dynamic runs as well. So as he drops deep, he's bringing a defender with him, which creates his pocket now, right? So he's bringing him, and now he's doing a spin off. So he's pushed the ball back and he's span off into this pocket of space where I think it was Mache slipped it in for him, and he's had a little poke at it to try and put it through his legs. Defender knows that's about to happen, so it bounces off him, bounces off Ekitike. I think he's excellent, mate. He knew exactly what he was doing on that occasion. Yes, you get a bit of luck, but you know what? So did Luis Suarez consistently. Luis Suarez, go and watch his goals, mate. Example. That's exactly how he used to score. He fumbles his way through with his tenacity, and that's what Hugo did. And then the goalkeeper just gave him the space to slot it in. Yeah. I'm really excited by him. Honestly, I feel like if we were to get Isak in, which we absolutely need, put him on the left, Isak in the middle, or vice versa, them two are going to cook. Like,
yeah. Unbelievable, man. So he gets his Anfield debut Premier League goal, 1-0 up. Going into half time, it's half time. Go out in the second half, and within 5 minutes we're 2 up. And again, it's Hugo Ekitike now.
Setting up the goal.
He's setting up the goal for Cody Gakpo. Now, obviously, we know Cody Gakpo was so consistent last year. If we do get Isak, like you just said, Ekitike can go out to the left. But is Cody Gakpo with these performances going, don't forget about me. I'm the main, right? Out and out left winger, if you want to call it that. He can play through the middle. It didn't really work. But in terms of having Cody on that side, when he cuts in, and I was watching it with my own eyes, I was 2 rows, back in the Kop. When that fella cuts in and he gets that time to kind of look up and just guide it into the far corner, and he's not really put his absolute laces through it, he's not wellied it, he just guides it in.
Yeah.
And that's the sign of a confident finisher, but also someone who is just showing consistency when it comes to that situation. He drops the shoulder, he touch, bang, 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 bang. And you know what he's going to do, but you can't stop it.
I think he actually overhits his first touch Hugo
Yeah.
did really well to be composed in the box. He looks like he's about to dart down the wing with it, but he doesn't. He holds up the play, lays it off. I think Gakpo has a little bit of a heavy touch, but it's not too heavy to go to the defender. So now the ball is in the in-between space where the defender can't really commit, and Gakpo's still got an opportunity to run onto it. And he's used that opportunity really cleverly to dummy the shot, and the defender's jimmied to one way, thinking, oh, he's going to shoot, so I'm going to jump into the space. He's sold him, and then just got loads of space now to run into and slot it, and it was fantastic. Yes, he wants to be starting for Liverpool, of course he does. But last season was his best season because he had Luis Diaz on that left wing competing with him.
And they both scored 18
They were
each.
both fantastic. And all I've got to say to Cody is you're going to play a whole bunch of games, even if Isaac comes. We are used to having 6 forwards.
Yeah.
Even with Isaac coming in, we'll have 5. And look how much game time you got last season. It's 100%. All of them players, including Chiesa this season, in my opinion, are going to be needed. You're going to be on that pitch. So just keep doing what you're doing, and you'll be successful, lad.
So
I don't
that's
think
2-0.
It needs to change.
And we're laughing at that stage, right?
It wasn't a great performance up to this point,
Yeah, it wasn't.
but it wasn't bad either.
It wasn't awful, and I think when you're 2-0 up with 40 odd minutes to go at Anfield, I mean, there's not many teams that will ever turn that around. Just because the atmosphere and what we were creating, it was unbelievable, right?
It seemed like it was a given now, didn't it? This is what's going to happen.
We're thinking, right, 3-4, let's push on. And then what was the shift for you? Why did we allow Bournemouth back into the game? And both goals kind of come from the middle, right? Semenyo just kind of goes through the middle. So my question is to you, what changed? Why did we allow them to do that? And when Gravenberch comes back, will that be happening still?
Fullbacks is what's changed. Our fullbacks are absolutely at the top of the pitch, which creates loads of space when you've got one of the midfielders going back into defence. There's a whole bunch of space in the midfield. I also think that, you know, once you're 2-0 up, last season we would pass the ball around and create stability in the game. It seemed like we were still going for it. We wanted to get that third, that fourth, which is exciting, and I definitely want to see attacking football. But sometimes in the game, you've just got to have 20 minutes of you just passing the ball around and tiring them out. And I think that's what we needed after the second goal. We didn't need to keep going and going and going, putting our foot on the accelerator. And then you see him for the first goal. Too easy, mate.
Too easy.
Being caught out. Semenyo's got loads of space. He's bombed past Kirkes or Robbo, can't remember who it was. And he can just run in there and slot it. Like, it was just too easy. It was the same in the Crystal Palace game. I'm terrified for that balance that we don't seem to have. I think we're too attacking at the moment. I really do. Stark contrast to the first game last season when we started quite slow, but we built into the game. We won 2-0 very comfortably. They didn't even have a chance, really. It was such a different type of environment. This is just go, 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 go. And it's up to Slot now to try and find out how he's going to make that midfield and then fullbacks be balanced enough to defend in transition when they've got their counters. We conceded 1 counter-attack goal last season. 1. We've already conceded 2. I can't remember what it was last season. But this season, we've conceded 2 already.
Yeah.
And one of them was an individual player on his own, fantastically well, incredible. But he's still on his own. I don't even know what Virgil and Ibu were doing for that goal, mate. Virgil's trying to do his order thing where he's running off, and Ibu just seemed absolutely confused. He didn't know if to go left or mark the man, and no one committed to the ball. It was a shambles, to be quite honest with you. And I know for a fact every other team now was looking at that performance going, we can get at these.
Counters.
Get these.
I think you're right, man. Carragher made a good point in the analysis after. He said when just before Bournemouth scored that first goal, we were on the attack and we had 7 or 8 players in the box or outside the box. 2 of them were Joe Gomez and Andy Robertson, by the way, because Kirkes had come off at this point for the first goal. And obviously Conor Bradley's injured, and he would have been, a really good option to bring on at right back, because we started with Endo at right back and then we changed it to Joe Gomez at right back, which didn't really work. And the subs killed us because we took off McAllister and Ekitike and brought on Endo and Gomez. So attacking wise, you're allowing them to have the onus and push you back instead of us pushing them back. But yeah, there was just too many players forward at that point. 7 or 8 is too many in that situation. So it got to the point where 75 minutes in, it's 2-1. It was a good finish from Semenyo. Again, could Konate have stuck a leg in? He was almost... Because I understand a little bit, because he's coming through. You've got players running off either side. So if you go to it and you miss it, you can't win either way.
You've been caught out.
You either stop the pass to the left here and give him the chance at goal, or you go and try and stop the chance at goal and he slips it round you, and then the guy you just left is now in.
But the point is, they're both doing the same thing.
Yeah.
Virgil was
One of
trying to
them's
do
gotta
that.
go.
Kanate is the front-footed defender. We all know what Virgil does. He covers the space, so he'll hover around and jog and do his thing, right? Kanate needed to commit to me, but it's not his fault because he's exposed because of how many players were at the top of the pitch. So he's been put in an incredibly difficult position, but I still expected a little bit better from him. I don't think he had the best game. It seems like his head somewhere else. Didn't really like it, to be quite honest with you. But it's not his fault. I do think the fullbacks going up that high is just... It's not sustainable.
Yeah.
We cannot do that. Maybe for periods in the game, for 20 minutes in the game, we do that. But it's not sustainable for 90 minutes. We're going to concede. We were at Anfield for the start. We had everything our way, okay? We're at Anfield for the first game of the season. It's 8 o'clock. The kids are ready to go. We should be blowing this team away. They've had a depleted defence. Yeah. Absolutely depleted. All of their centre defences have gone. We've took the left back off them. We should be pummeling these lads.
Yeah. But, funnily enough, no player won more duels in the Premier League this weekend
than Virgil
van Dijk.
Yeah,
14 duels contested, 13-1. He also had the best success rate of any player to contest 10-plus duels, 92%. And then the second goal goes in.
Fantastic goal, by the way.
It's just an absolute depletion again. You're thinking, how have we thrown this away at home in the first day of the season? Because, like you said, the centre-backs were on an island, weren't they? And I think when Gravenberch comes back, you're going to get someone who is protecting that kind of, the middleman almost between the 6 or 7 attacking players. We're trying to score a goal. We're trying to suffocate them. We're trying to pull it back and score. We've really committed to getting a third and a fourth. That's what we do. Maybe City do it as well. Arsenal definitely don't do it. When they get one goal, they kind of sit back and shore things up as they did yesterday. But when Liverpool are 2-0 up, we're trying to get to 3 and 4. But without Gravenberch at the minute, whilst the 7 or 8 lads are up there pushing for a goal and you've got Virgil and Kanate on the halfway line, we need Gravenberch to sit just in front of them and be that shield, that protector, that destroyer that just cuts. He might get a yellow card for it, by the way, on the counter-attack. He will take yellow cards this season. And if you remember, under Klopp, when Maka started in the 6, he was taking a lot of yellow cards just to be that destroyer that just goes, you're not coming past me. If you do, I'll just pull you down and take the yellow card.
The problem is...
And we didn't have that for the last 2 games, but Gravenberch is back for Monday night.
And we need him, lad, because that midfield in Newcastle is going to absolutely kick lumps out of our midfield, lads. They are fantastic. Them 3, Joe Linton.
Balanced, aren't they?
It's insane, brother. They have a great midfield. The problem with it is, we've bought 2 fullbacks whose best attribute is to run up and down.
But at this time,
so how do we then say
Robertson and Gomez?
Yeah, I know.
It wasn't Frimpong.
I know, but even so, that's the way style of football we're playing. And we're going to be starting Frimmy and Kirkhouse most likely all of the time. So the problem with that for me is their best attributes are that they fly up and down the pitch. So how do we then tell them, don't use your best attributes and stay in defence, because that's not what they're actually good at. Kirkhouse, mate, his timing, his positioning, everything in that game. He didn't have a good debut. I'm sorry, Kirkhouse. I'm sorry, brother.
Got a yellow as well for a slide tackle.
It was poor. You started to worry me watching you. There was one instance when he went in for a slide tackle, and even before the slide tackle, I just knew you're off. You're not going to make this, brother. But he had the flash of red in his head, and he's just went for it, and he's absolutely committed to a terrible foul.
His slide tackle at Wembley last week.
Yeah.
And pre-season, he's done some good ones.
But this is an example where it goes wrong.
Is that just blood rushing to the head? Debut, let me impress everyone.
Modern defenders don't usually slide tackle anymore, right? And what's the reason for that? Because you're supposed to be in the right position, you're supposed to have the right cover, and that way you don't need to go to ground and then give the attacker the opportunity to go around you. And that's what he's done, or give a foul away. I was really worried about Kirkhead. I hope that it was just one of them things where he's playing his old team. Semenyo's probably done him in training a whole bunch, and the quality of that player is insane, by the way, anyway. So let's just see how he deals with it now. I think Slot's got to really look about how he's pushing them fullbacks up, because there needs to be cover. And then is the cover coming from midfield? Because if it's coming from midfield, then there's pockets everywhere. How are we going to create stability in this team? Look, I don't know. That's his job. But right now, there is none. There's no balance whatsoever. And it's not giving me confidence that we can go on and win the league with this team so unbalanced.
See, I think we'll win the league.
Not like this. Not like this. Impossible.
And Kirkes gave his shirt to a disabled fan in the away end. Obviously, had a little moment with his former club in the end. So it's 2-2 now, and we're going, oh, God.
Yeah, fuming.
What have we done?
Fuming.
But Federico Chiesa, Freddie Church.
Yeah, Freddie Church, that's what I call him.
Freddie
Church. You know what I mean? That's his
Italian name, because Chiesa means church in Italian.
Yeah.
I mean, he comes on, and this is a player who, you know, he scored 2 goals for Liverpool in the past, one against Accrington Stanley, the other one against Newcastle in the Carabao Cup final, which actually didn't mean anything in the end. But I have to just hold my head high for him today, because there's not many players in their mid-20s that would accept this role of being almost that. I mean, I can't even call him a super sub, because we've barely brought him on even as a sub. There's so many rumours about him going back to Italy, which, you know, the song as well is incredible, and I think that's probably the main reason why people don't want him to leave, because of the song, because it's so good. But he comes on, man, he makes himself an absolute nuisance, and he just has that kind of striker's instinct. There's a lot of madness going on in the box right now. Let me just take 2 steps back and just be ready if anything drops my way. It was a very kind of like a striker predator. It was like a bit of a dirt kite, in terms of like, I'm not going to go into the madness. I'm just going to step away from the madness. Something will happen. I'll get a chance.
Scrappy goal.
And actually, if you watch the goal, because it's so late on, it was the 89th minute, because it's so late on, there's a bit of pandemonium in the box. The Bournemouth players, you know, they're not communicating with each other. They're going, just get rid of this ball. So 2 of them go up and they've got their eyes closed, but they're actually going against each other.
Sunday league stuff, that.
Sunday league stuff. Because they're so desperate to clear the ball that they go, even if you are my teammate, I'm going to elbow you and head it away. So when you watch it back, there's maybe a small shout of handball, because the defender kind of heads it onto the other defender's arm. And Chiesa's running this way, but then the ball drops to him this way, and the timing of, because he's already started going this way, he's got to adjust his body, and he fades across it, and it's not hard technique, right? You just kind of catch it and with the outside of your foot, and it swerves that way because the keeper can't reach it.
Spin on it.
It's just an instinctive finish. And for him to score that goal out of every man on the pitch, the only man it could have been more emotional for is probably Joe Gomez.
Just to get the one.
But it was Freddie Chiesa. Fede. He's called Federico. Is he called Federico? No, it's Fede. Federico. He scores the goal. The knee slide. The
excellent
song.
Knee slide, by the way.
Oh,
I don't know how long it was, but it was
justice.
like a 5-second knee slide. It felt like he was going forever with it.
When he peels away in the number 14 shirt and he's like, oh, that is pandemonium. That is emotion.
Yeah, it was great.
Like,
it was
wow,
excellent.
if you could bottle that feeling up.
That's what we watch football for, right? My favourite scoreline in football is 3-2. As much as it's horrible to watch, like that was an excellent advertisement for the Premier League. Great, exciting football. But as a Liverpool fan, don't do that again, please, because especially at Anfield, can you just win 2-0? I would have been happier with just 2-0.
You said in the fan cam, we can't do 37.
I can't be bothered, lads. That is like...
On the old ticker, it's no good, is it?
You know what I mean? I just want to win 2-0 sometimes, especially at Anfield, mate. That's all we need to do. And that comes down to the stability in midfield and defence. I think we're going to be all right for goal scoring, and particularly if we get Isaac. Our attacking prowess is still there. But... mate, I just can't deal with that. But well done, Feds. Lads, you get to stay now, in my opinion. In fact, not just only because you scored, because we bloody need you. In fact, this is your season where you can make a massive impact, brother, because we're only going to have 5 attackers if we get Isaac, and right now we've only got 4. So you are 100,000,000% going to be used a lot more this season, in my opinion. And then we go on to the 4th goal, lad.
Mohamed.
And it was just Mo again. Mo, do you know
inevitable. 10 goals now on the opening day.
He's just exceptional. I don't think
every
single, and I do it in the back of my own mind every single time. I'm always like, surely there's got to be a season when he drops off. It's like, he's 32, he's the same age as me, and I know I can't run the same as I was when I was 25. I know I can't. It's fine. It's fine. It's not. But like,
don't want to accept it.
When is he actually going to happen for him? Maybe we'll see it later through the season. But that goal was exceptional, bro. He's ran onto a loose ball, a lost cause that no one else is running onto. The defender's caught off guard, and he's like, "What's this red flash running past me?"
There's 4 of them trying to get him, and he kind of controls it slowly, gets into the area, cuts back on his right foot, and I think the defender's going, "Oh, he's going to pass this because he hasn't got a right foot."
And he slaps it with his laces, and it just, when you're playing on these turfs, right? You don't necessarily need to leather the ball. You just need to pass it because the speed of the ball is created by the slippiness, the wetness on the pitch. So he's done that. It was perfect, and it skipped it right under the goal.
It's like a pebble.
And it was
when you throw a pebble in the sea.
And then that was the moment of relief when you're like, We're actually going to win
And then
the game
his
now.
rendition of his song,
Yeah.
that was the loudest I've ever heard the Mo Salah
Was,
song.
was.
And do you know what? I did see a tweet from one of the lads at the Anfield Rap, and it was a good point. He's saying, listen, we love Fede Chiesa, but let's sing about Mo Salah more than we sing about Fede Chiesa.
Yeah.
With all due respect to Fede Chiesa, and he'd agree with us.
Yeah, of course.
You know, Mo Salah's song, that was the first time it got sung in the 94th minute when he scored. And I think for what he's done and how good he is, even if he does have quiet games, you know, he scores the goal. And then that moment where, you know, he's crying his eyes out in front of the Kop.
Special.
I mean, I filmed it. I was there with Mario when we watched it. I mean, forget the Ballon d'Or for football. He should win the Ballon d'Or of human beings.
Yeah, he's that
you know,
respected.
And it's a big sign to say as well, don't be scared to cry.
Yeah.
You know, they've all lost one of their best mates, and he looks at the Kop and he cannot help but just start bursting out into tears.
It was really beautiful moments. As I said it in the fan camps, and like, it was wonderful to see the fans, Mo Salah, celebrate Diogo and what he's done for us together, and it was incredibly touching and emotional. But it's just, again, my favourite word, indicative of Mo Salah and the human being that he is, and just how much we bloody love him. He is, the Ballon d'Or of human beings, lad. He's just a wonderful one. He stands up for everything that is right in this world. He really does, and I love everything about him. He's a wonderful in every way, footballer, person, everything.
Just absolutely love him.
So lucky to have had you and still have you in our team, mate.
Just before we leave, man, I want to get into a few of the chats because I know we've been talking a lot.
Yeah.
Burner Gamer says, nice, 60k, well done, lads, big up. Steve says, since you two were in the ground, rank how loud it got when Chiesa scored.
It was deafening.
Like I said, top 10 atmospheres I've ever experienced at Anfield. Lad. Top 10. Verse and Voyage by Prem says, congrats, 60k, 100k by the end of the season. Now that would be something. I mean, it's the first game, right? Let's get to 100k by the end of the season and win the league. Because I think we will, but he doesn't think that.
Not with this team.
Swamp Potato says, greetings from the Netherlands, big up. Best place to go before the game, says Matthias. I'm going in November.
Munro, Dispensary, then the Sandon. Son.
Yeah, nothing to add. Big up. Yeah, the Monroe for me has just turned into this like epicenter of Liverpool.
You meet all your mates in
It's
town.
brilliant,
Yeah.
and it's my local pub.
Yeah. That's where you go.
Down
You
the road.
meet everybody in town, in the Munro. Then you walk down to where the bombed out is and get one in the dispensary just before you get in your cab. And then you get down there and you go to Sandon, lad, just to have a little bit of atmosphere before
And
you
then
go.
Keogh's always singing in there as well, so big up to him, man. Loads of chats, man. Big up to everyone who's involved in the chats today. Big up Tom, who was one of the lads in the fan cams. He says, wanted to let you know how nice it was being back on the channel and seeing you guys again. It was one of my best game experiences because of the atmosphere. Big up to you. Bayesian Pop says, blessings all from Barbados. Shout out to you. I think we need 4 midfielders against Newcastle, and I think we need an endo type in there too, says Football Fiend. Millie Jones says it was one of those moments that will stick with us all forever. It was so emotional. All of the upper Annie had arms around each other during the silence. Big up. Thomas says, I love your guys' content and hope you keep delivering the best LFC content to us fans that don't live in the UK.
Absolutely. We're trying our best, brother.
I actually love our football club.
Thank you very much.
Big up to Tim, right? It's 5 a.m. and he's watching from America. Shout out to you. The atmosphere on Friday was something I'll never forget, says Tom. Big up. Chiesa to outscore Gyökeres this season.
Lads,
who look like, listen, Gyökeres will score a hatful of goals for Arsenal.
He will.
That can be true. But what can also be true is how poor he was yesterday. And we can judge that for how poor he was, because he was.
And that's why
looked like he was playing in Timberlands and a high vis.
Lads, he's a big fridge. Honestly,
big fridge, you know.
There's a comment here that says Joch Lesnar.
Yeah.
Totally said, don't let Robbie go over the top of that. Like, he was terrible like yesterday.
Yeah.
He was.
Yeah, he was poor, man. Imagine Van Dijk swiping at the ball one-on-one. No to racism on behalf of all Liverpool fans, says Thomas. Absolutely. It was Smith with the handball. Big up again. Respect Doyle, says Bayesian Pops. Haney says kudos to Semenyo. Thought you saying Mohamed Kudos. That's kudos. This is kudos to Semenyo for the way he reacted. He has our full love and support. We don't tolerate racism and never will. You never walk alone. Sonar says, I met Doyle during the parade. Cool guy.
Thank you very much. So was you.
Big up, big up, big up. Jason saying he should be banned from every football ground in the country.
Never ever come back. You're not allowed in football when you do that. You've took your privileges away. Bye.
Yeah. Morning, lads. What a game. You can tell that Muppet Matisse and that Usio Saeed to hold that properly. That clip when Chiesa scored, they were rattled.
I seen their faces, lad. Honestly, they were just like, Liverpool are inevitable. Like they are, unfortunately, for other teams.
Mohamed is as well. Ibu should be decisive from Marbelli. He has been indecisive. I agree with that. Thank you for the super chat. Loads of stuff to get through here. Haney says, Chiesa is officially now our Italian Scouser.
Yeah,
I think we've already got one of them, don't we?
Oh, Mario?
Yeah.
Mario!
I think we've already got one. Chiesa is a keeper for me, a natural like Jota. We need a goal scorer, says Mark, and that's why we just can't even afford to let him go now. And if we did, what, for 11 mil?
Stupid.
For 12 mil?
And have 3 attackers left.
To make our money back on what we bought
We just
him
let
for.
Ben Doak go. No.
25 mil though.
Excellent work.
Of
course we'll have a look.
We'll have a look.
Excellent work, Hughes, lad.
Brilliant from man like Hughes.
210 mil we've made in sales, but also we're seeing it in the team. So replenish.
Yeah. And we still got more to get. By the way, just quickly, did you see Mark Gahey almost ignoring Glasner? What was that about?
Let me go, lad. Let us go for 20 mil.
That's it?
I don't know.
Not 20.
Maybe he was just fed up that he didn't win because he was part of the wall thing. It could be something to do with that. I just want to get down, son. I'm frustrated.
But Glasner kind of did go like that.
And then went up to Mateta and went, "What's up with him, lad?"
Yeah, and he went,
What's
going on there? Robert says, good morning, gents. Starting my day in Trinidad and Tobago, listening to Kop TV.
You legend.
Shout out Robert each and every time, man. Just dropping by to say hi, and we cannot forget the weight of Diogo's loss. It's still heavy. Love from Texas, my boys. Don't let him act up on DR today, says Colin. I will not. Do not worry about that, fella. When is the Chiesa and Mario interview? A little Kop TV exclusive. So big up Giovanni Leone. Can I just say this, right? You're an 18-year-old Italian, right? You've just signed for Liverpool for a big deal. You're going to be incredible. We love you already. They go on, we'll give you a ticket to the game on Friday, right? You witness Diogo, the tribute. Sorry you had to witness what happened with the Semenyo thing. But then you watch your compatriot, an Italian, score the winner at the Kop end. Is there a better game for Leone to come and watch?
No, this is where I want to be.
Federico, get down to Amalia, lad, says Mark. Amalia did just get a 0-star food hygiene rating.
So we won't be getting down
probably
there.
Send him to Tavola, maybe, which is a bit better.
Somewhere with
sorry
hygiene.
About that, Mario, because I know he still works there. Anyway, watching you from India, says Life, Food and Nature. I think we've got through all the super chats there and as many unsuper chats as we can. I think we have. So, yeah, we'll finish it there, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Really was an important episode, this. I'm glad we've done it. And yeah, Doyle, once again, man, thank you. Thank you for just being a top mate. Thank you for coming to the game, Thank you for doing the fan cam. Thanks for coming on the pod. Ray says, you lads are effing brilliant. Love your channel from Ireland. So shout out to you as well.
Thank you very much, mate.
And when we do this pod next week, it will be a live show at 10 o'clock again.
I love these lives.
But we'll do a live preview as well that we'll kind of clip out and put as Actually, I might do the preview before it, and then I'll do the preview before.
What? Are we going to get him before this game or not?
Before this game.
Just get Isaac, lad.
I reckon next Tuesday, Wednesday, 3 or 4 days before the window ends, that's when we get him.
So
there's no way Newcastle are selling him to us before the game. Before Arsenal. Get Isaac starting against Robbie Lyle,
lad.
Get him on the pitch.
And then when he scores, I want him to do Jokeres's thing, lad.
Come on, man. We've got to do it. Burner Gamer says, great show, lads. Love you both. We love you guys as well. So please smash that like button. Get involved with Final One Standing as well, our sponsor for this video. This is the reason we can bring this content to you. So please, the QR code is on the screen as it has been for the full episode. And we've got the link in the description for you as well. Pick a team to win in the Premier League game week. If they win, you go through. I picked Tottenham this week. I have safely secured myself into the next round. But even if you didn't sign up, there is still time, right? You can make your next pick as early as tomorrow morning because Everton play Leeds tonight and then it opens up again. So there is still money to play for. If you got knocked out, there is no stress. If you pick Chelsea and they drew, you're not out for good, all right? Because a brand new game launches every Premier League week and there's 50 grand up to grabs there for the new jackpot. So enter this week. Someone is guaranteed to win this cash every time if they are the final one standing. And you can also set up private leagues with your mates as well, because obviously you don't want to be that that fella in the group chat or that girl in the group chat that's getting cooked for their lack of ball knowledge, right? It's not acceptable.
Painful one, that one.
So to enter, download the William Hill app. We've got the QR code on the screen, like I said, link below as well. 18 plus, UK and Ireland only, gamble aware, gamble responsibly. Full conditions apply, all linked below, all the T's and C's. So, guys, thank you so much, man. Once again, big up to everyone who's just tuned in. Maybe this is your first episode ever of Hot Kopics. Welcome. If it's your, what are we on now? 177th episode.
Just go and have a look
Welcome back. Just go. I mean, it'll take you ages. But yeah, well, listen, we get through the first week. We win the game. Still things to work on defensively, but Ryan Gravenberch is coming back. Maka needs to get up to full speed as well. But it was a Hugo Ekitike Masterclass. So big up, Doyle, and we'll see you next week. All the best. Take care.